Secretary Wynn, was the meeting posted?
Yes.
Number 1 on the agenda.
Minutes for our meeting from October the 8th. Does the commission wish to review those tonight or continue that?
Move approval.
Move for approval by Commissioner McGovern, seconded by Commissioner McCarthy. All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed, the motion carries. Number 2, please.
Commission now take up the application for a one-day license for all alcoholic beverages by Isabel Chavez of the Holy Ghost Society for event at Holy Ghost Park, 65 Village Street. It's a Halloween party for Saturday, October 24th, 2015, from 5 p.m. to 12 midnight.
State your name for the record, please.
Isabel Chavez.
How are you tonight, Ms. Chavez?
Good.
You good?
Good.
Excellent. You got a Halloween party going on?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Chavez, the alcohol that is there at the end of the night, where is it stored somewhere?
Yes.
Where?
In the bar.
At the bar?
Holy Ghost.
Okay. Once this board approves your one-day license, I'd like you to meet Captain Webb in the foyer over there and make arrangements to discard all of the alcohol on Monday afternoon. You have a one-day license, okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much. Captain Webb, if you could meet Ms. Chavez, thank you.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner McGovern, seconded by Commissioner McCarthy. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed, the motion carries.
Commission will now take up matters for the ratification of licenses, for special one-day licenses to sell, dispense malt beverages and wine, or either one. First was Tracy Martino of Aramark for the Boston Tooling Networking event at 110 Canal Street for Tuesday, October 6, 2015, from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. It was issued on October the 5th, 2015. Also, Tracy Martino of Aramark for the Difference Maker Student and Alumni Reception, Wednesday, October the 21st, 2015, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the University Crossing, Maloney Ballroom at 220 Pawtucket Street. That was issued October the 9th. And last was William H. Fuller of the Bartending Service of New England, LLC, for the annual dinner meeting for Northern Middlesex Council of Governments, which was Wednesday, October the 21st, 2015, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Whistler House Museum of Art at 243 Worthing Street. That license was issued October the 9th, 2015.
State your name for the record, please.
Tracy Martino,
How are you
Aramark.
tonight, Tracy?
Good, how are you?
Good. Boston Tooling Network event, what is that?
Yep, it's just an event, excuse me, at the 110 Canal Building. It's a networking event for the university.
Questions, comments from the board?
Move approval.
Move for approval by Commissioner McCarthy, seconded by Commissioner McGovern. All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed, the motion carries. Good luck with the events, Tracy.
Thank you.
All right.
Commission will now take up applications for special one-day license to sell, dispense malt beverages and wine only, or either one. Tracy Martino of Aramark at the Allen House at 2 Solomon Way, the Fado reception, which is Friday, October the 23rd, 2015, from 3 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Tracy Martino of Aramark for the at the Cushing Field Complex, 261 Riverside Street. This would be a tent, barricade, and police presence, field hockey and women's soccer reunion for Sunday, October the 25th, from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Also, Tracy Martino of Aramark for the University Crossing Maloney Ballroom at 220 Pawtucket Street. The alumni event is Thursday, November 5th, from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Tracy Martino of Aramark at University Crossing Maloney Ballroom at 220 Pawtucket Street for the Psychology Department Holiday Party, which is Thursday, December 3rd, from 4:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And last, Tracy Martino of Aramark at the Allen House, 2 Solomon Way, the Athletics Holiday Party, Wednesday, December 16th, from 2:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Shall I continue?
No, you need a breath. Once again, state your name for the record, please.
Tracy Martino, Aramark.
All right, Tracy. All look like good events from the university.
Yes.
Any questions, comments from the board?
Move approval.
Move for approval by Commissioner McCarthy, seconded by Commissioner McGovern. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, the motion carries. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right.
Commission will now proceed again with applications for malt beverage and wine only, or either one. These are special one-day license applications. Jim LaChulis for the event at the Mill Number 5, 250 Jackson Street, 4th floor, the Friends of Mill Number 5 Halloween Gathering for Saturday, October 31st, 2015, from 5 p.m. to 12 midnight. Jim LaChulis, the Mill Number 5, 250 Jackson Street, the 4th floor. Little Bigfoot Marketplace for Saturday, November 7th, 12 noon to 12 midnight. Mr. LaChulis also for another event at Mill Number 5, 4th floor, the Plaid Friday Shopping, Friday, November 27th, 12 noon to 11 p.m. Jim LaChulis for an event at Mill Number 5, 250 Jackson Street, 4th floor, the Totally Bizarre Number 3, Saturday, December 5th, from 12 noon to 12 midnight. Jim LaChulis at Mill Number 5, 250 Jackson Street, 4th floor, the Otherware Market for Saturday, December 12th, from 12 noon to 12 midnight. And last, Jim LaChulis, Mill Number 5, Last Minute Holiday Shopping, Wednesday, December 23rd, from 5 p.m. to 12 midnight.
State your name for the record, please.
Jim LaChulis.
Who are you, Jim?
Good, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Questions, comments on the board, please?
Jim, this all lists the fourth floor. Whereabouts on the fourth floor is this, these events going to be?
These are shopping events, so there's the lobby space essentially, and we want people to be able to visit the different areas and be able to take their drink with them, is the
So they're going
intent.
to be able to walk around with this drink?
Yes, yep.
Will you be cornering off the space going to the theater, because you have a
Yes.
license to there, so they will not be able to approach there?
Correct.
That is correct, all right.
Yep.
I feel better about that.
Okay.
Other questions, comments?
Set.
All set? Motion to accept by Commissioner McCarthy, seconded by Commissioner McGovern. All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Jim, good
Thank
luck
you.
with the events.
Thank you.
Commission will now continue with the additional applications for malt beverage and wine only special one-day licenses. This pertains to Gabby Davis, Made in Lowell. Made in Lowell is sponsoring a craft beer walk, Lowell, and it's scheduled for Saturday, November 14, 2015, between the hours of 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. And it involves 16 local businesses in the downtown district, starting with, again, this would be separate application for each of the businesses in the downtown area. A one-day license filed by Gabby Davis. Sweets Lydia's at 160 Merrimack Street. Made in Persona Boutique at 51 Market Street. The Owl Stamp Company at 142 Middle Street. Mill City Tobacco at 104 Merrimack Street. The LTC office at 246 Market Street. Lowell Makes at 47 Lee Street. Lowell Jewelry and Loan at 24 Merrimack Street. Little Delights at 132 Merrimack Street. Ale Lofts at 172 Middle Street. AOL 110 Merrimack Street. The Flour Mill at 183 Dutton Street. City Bicycle at 181 Market Street. Eiffel Beauty at 33 Middle Street. Gentleman's District at 23 Central Street. Humanity Boutique at 128 Merrimack Street, and All Art Gallery at 307 Market Street.
Hi, could you state your name for record, please?
Gabby Davis with Maiden Lowell.
Hi, Gabby.
Hello.
Captain Webb, how is this all going to be enforced on the streets of Lowell? People walking around. Is this all going to be gated in? Gabby, maybe you can help out Captain Webb here. I don't know.
No, this is not a gated event. It's a ticket event.
Yeah.
We will have 2 check-in stations, one at the Market Street Garage and one on John and Merrimack Street. People will come in. Those that purchase tickets, we're doing pre-sale tickets for $25. And they'll come in, they'll get their lanyard. We will ID them right there. They'll have a bright yellow, neon yellow, age-verified ID bracelet. It actually says age verified. And then they'll get sample tickets. And then they'll go to each of the different locations, and they'll have, each brewery will have 3 different varieties, and they can take a sample from there. Any further explanation?
Commissioner McGovern?
So as far as the sample situation, with the one-day license, obviously you usually have to go through a distributor?
Yes.
And who is,
Seaboard Distribution?
Oh,
okay. Is that in conjunction with another event, or what are they?
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
Are they, so they're just running your event that Saturday?
Just my event that Saturday, yes.
So will your clients, your customers have to stay in that establishment with the alcohol? They won't be able to walk out and?
No, they will not be able to leave the premise with a drink.
Okay.
That it's, they'll have to come in. We will have a staff person available right there. And all the businesses have signed a contract understanding that they're required to ensure that people do not leave the establishment with alcohol. And then the brewery representatives also understand that they're actually checking, because these businesses will probably, they will be open to the public, that they will have to check for those three things: the lanyard that says that they're part of the event, the age-verified bracelet, because we are selling designated driver tickets for $10 so that people have a designated driver. We also have food samples and entertainment with this event at different locations, and non-alcoholic drinks at different locations, so there's a lot of different options.
Great, sounds great.
Are you planning on having police details that are going to monitor at different locations?
We are
or-
still in conversation with Henry Marchand to determine exactly where we are with that.
Captain Webb, any concerns?
Yes, one, excuse me, jumps out right away. We're not in favor of color-coded bracelets being used to verify ages. It's our contention that each time alcohol is sold or distributed to a person, the age should be checked by way of a driver's license for each point of sale.
By any chance, has Mr. Marchand contacted the Lowell Police Department or made in Lowell in communication with the Lowell Police Department? Gabby, anything?
I'm not sure. We are still in conversation with them, and we still have plenty of time to change any policies that need to be put in place for this event.
Was this event last year as well, Ryan, or is this the first year that?
It's the second year for the craft beer walk. Last year we had it at mill number 5, so it was at one establishment. This year we're trying to make it more of a walk and actually promote the downtown Lowell businesses.
Captain Webb, what would you be in favor rather than the colored bracelets?
I would be in favor of each time someone was given a drink that their license is checked.
Yeah, okay.
Could you just explain a little bit about what Made in Lowell is, your funding, where this money's going, that type of situation?
Absolutely. Made in Lowell is a local nonprofit. Our mission is to bring people together to impact social change. And what we really want to do with our events are really to pull the community together to promote the city of Lowell and to show all the great things that Lowell is offering through our culture, our food, and our atmosphere. We promote our nonprofits and our small businesses. So for this event specifically, we're promoting our small business community in the downtown Lowell district by having this event at 16 plus different locations. The event revenue actually just funnels right into our next events.
I'd be willing to make a motion to approve, Gabby, but I'm a little concerned about no police presence.
Okay.
I know Mr. Marchand would probably extend out maybe tomorrow to the Lowell Police Department, and if he could secure that with Secretary Nguyen, that there will be some type of police presence on both of those streets, on Market Street and Merrimack Street, I'd be inclined to vote in favor of this, but not to have any police presence there at all. It's a large area. And to say that people aren't going to be going in and out of places, who's going to be there, in and out of all those establishments, I don't know. I hope it goes well, and I'm willing to be in favor, but I think I'd like some police presence, so I would
Absolutely.
make that contingent upon this vote, if my fellow commissioners would be in favor of that.
I agree with that.
I was gonna say,
Commissioner McGovern?
the event's the 14th, correct?
Yes. November 14th.
There's a meeting in between now and the date of the event, correct? The 5th? Would we have a meeting on the 5th of November?
When's our next meeting, Ryan?
Next
Our
meeting?
next meeting is November 5th.
I would prefer to hold off until the 5th, until all of those questions are answered, so that we have a comprehensive plan as to, one, police details, structure, things like that, that all of those are in place prior to approving
Is there a
I'm
reason
open
why
to-
you came before the board at this meeting rather than next? Is there any other planning that needs to be done in order to bring this forward, or?
We were just still in conversation with Henry Martian. We were aware that we would be required police presence. However, there was no discussion or decision made by the police department on how many and where they would be located yet.
Okay.
So we were just trying to get this moving so that we could continue moving all the pieces.
Understood. I think I'm going to concur with Commissioner McGovern. I think a chat with the Lowell Police Department might be in order. Just
All
come
right.
back here on the 5th, and everything should be in order by then. I think we'll push it right through.
All right.
Sounds good?
All right, thank you.
Motion by Commissioner McGovern for our next scheduled hearing on November 5th, seconded by Commissioner McGathy. All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? We'll see you on November 5th. Gabby, thank you for coming
All right,
tonight.
thank you.
Okay.
Commission will now proceed with number 5 on the meeting agenda. First of the several hearings. Hearing for Centerville Social Club, David W. Burns, manager, the all-alcoholic beverage club licensee at 364 West 6th Street, on the allegation of misconduct as charged by William M. Taylor, the superintendent of police, for failure to maintain order and decorum in the premises and in all immediate surrounding areas adjacent to the licensed premises and in parking lot provided for the licensee for use by its patrons, in violation of Section 1.16 of the regulations of the Lowell License Commission, this having occurred on September the 6th, 2015.
Is anyone here to represent the Centerville Social? Yeah. State your name for the record, sir.
David Burns, manager of the Centerville Social Club.
How are you tonight, Mr. Burns?
Not too good.
Good. Not too good, is that what you said?
Yeah, I'm very nervous.
Don't worry about it. You have no legal counsel here tonight?
No, the club's financial situation is not that great at this time, and I
Okay.
really couldn't
I'm going to ask you if you want to waive your, reading the complaint into the record. Would you like to waive it, or would you want the complaint read?
That's fine. I read it already myself, so I can waive that.
You can waive the reading. Okay, that'd be fine. Floor is yours, sir.
I was out of town, which I know is no excuse. I got a call. I was in New Hampshire. I did take it very seriously. I drove back. When I got back, everybody had gone. The police were all gone and stuff. It was a baby shower. I wouldn't expect this type of thing, to happen at a baby shower. My staff called the police as soon as they knew something was going wrong. Someone either brought a gun to the club or someone came to the parking lot with a gun, which I really don't know how my staff or myself can control something like that. And I've been a club manager for 29 years. I've never been before the board for a violation of any of the rules or regulations. And we have changed a couple policies. One, I guess there were some bottles involved in we've gone to complete cans in the hall, no more bottles in the hall at all.
How many staff were on that night?
There was one staff upstairs and one staff downstairs.
So all you had was one bartender in the hall at that time?
Yes, we had just one bartender in the hall.
How many patrons were in the club at that time after the baby shower?
I do not know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Is your bartender here tonight?
My bartender's not here.
Okay. Officer Spinney? State your name for the record, sir.
My name is John Spinney.
Officer, so I read your narrative earlier. When you got there, this says it was a large crowd at that point?
That's correct, sir.
What transpired at that point?
Multiple LPD units arrived on scene, sir, for priority 1 tone of shots fired. We also had the State Police Air Wing in the area. I observed approximately 40 people out in the parking lot, the left side of the building, disbanding rather chaotically. We conducted a search for victims, of course, and began our investigation into what actually occurred once the crowd had been dispersed and the scene secured.
Casings found at the scene?
Yes, sir. There was, I believe, 5 40 caliber shell casings found in various locations around the parking lot.
All because somebody stole somebody's bike.
That's the story we got, sir.
Thank you, officer.
You're welcome, sir.
Mr. Burns, you say that you've changed policy. What have you done differently now that you did prior to the?
Well, you have just cans now, there's no more bottles, because also in the narrative, it said some people were injured with bottles. So,
I'm concerned about the statement that they were, it looked as though, I can understand that some of the people might go outside to have a cigarette.
yes, they
that type
can't
of
smoke
thing.
inside the hall now, so we used to keep everybody inside the hall.
Right.
But now they can't smoke inside the hall, so they have to go outside.
It seemed like there were more than a few people, though, smoking cigarettes at that time, which is whatever happened that night, so be
Well, I
it.
think
But, I
maybe
mean,
the incident might have happened with the bike, someone might have ran back inside and said fighting, and everybody ran outside. I don't know if they were all outside before the fight started.
Captain Webb, have we found the shooter?
To the best of my knowledge, no.
I did also have the police come over, and we went through the video. They could not see the shooter on our video.
Okay.
Was there a function going on in the club at the time?
There was a baby shower in the hall at the
How
time.
many people would have been there?
I don't know how many people were at the baby shower.
If there's a certain amount of people at a function, do you put on extra detail? Not being a bouncer, but maybe another bartender that would kind of be in the middle of that, or?
We haven't in the past, but we've been discussing maybe having a doorman to watch the people smoking and make sure they're not going out with containers or anything. So we are in discussions with the board about that right now.
How are those discussions going?
Well, I think we've talked about raising the price so that we can afford to put a person at the door to watch if there's alcohol, if people are going out, not just to smoke, but also bringing, an alcohol out there with them.
I would imagine if you had, let's say, more than 50 people at a function, that more than just a bartender would be needed. So I hope that would be part of your discussion.
Okay, and another thing is, a lot of times you ask these people and they'll tell you less, and then all of a sudden they show up with 100. And that night you've only asked one person to come, because we do ask them how many people they do expect.
And then the price of the function hall just went up.
Yes.
Captain Webb, do you have anything else to offer here?
Mr. Chairman, this is a location that has a very good record with the police department. We rarely, if ever, have had any trouble there. But the superintendent was concerned because there seems to be a perception anyway that the club has changed the type of functions, if you will, that they're renting out to people, and there has been an increase in activity that the police have noticed during these functions. So the superintendent wanted the club to come in so that the commission could discuss their business practices with them and maybe avoid any future trouble.
You have any response to that, to Captain Webb's remarks, Mr. Burns?
I mean, it's no doubt that the business has changed. The type of people coming in to rent the hall has changed with the demographics of the area. I mean, without discriminating against people, it's really hard to, not rent the hall to certain individuals and stuff.
Well, I think Captain Webb has kind of stood behind you here. They're saying that nothing's really happened here in the many years that, and I don't, nothing has come
Yes,
in
like
front of
I've
this
been-
board. And that you've
Myself,
done a
I've
good
been there for
job.
29 years.
But I think it's kind of an eye-opener.
Yes.
That, you know what, things might have to change over there and maybe a little bit more stringent in some of the rules and policies that you have over there and who you're dealing with, and, somebody wants to secure the hall, and, what's it for, how many people you plan on having there. And if you do, if it's, like I said, if you're planning on having 50 people and 100 people come through the door, well, you have a decision to make.
Yes, and last Friday, I went down to the club myself from 11 to 2, patrolled upstairs, downstairs, looked around. I'm planning on we have a party tomorrow night. I'm planning on being there myself from 11 to 2 to make sure this type of stuff doesn't happen. And like I said, in the future, we will probably be hiring someone to watch that door.
You might want to think about hiring a police detail when you have these functions, too.
That's the same thing I said. We Vox people, we used to do, if we had over 100, we'd get a police detail, and you ask the people, and of course, they tell you that it's going to be less than 100. So they don't have to pay for the detail. We did have details before. And it was a baby shower. I guess baby showers are changing from when I was at baby showers.
Does your price differ if you're only having 25, 50 people as compared to 100?
We charge the same price right now, so if we add the price, I think it'll be across the board.
Once again, part of your discussion.
Yes.
Any further comments from the commissioners? I would make a motion that we place it on file.
Seconded.
Seconded by Commissioner McCarthy. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Mr. Burns, just kind of a wake-up call.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
All right. That's all.
Commission will now proceed with number 6, hearing for Lowell Package Store, Inc., Sonic Manager, all alcoholic beverages package store licensee at 303-305 Westford Street, on the allegation of misconduct discharged by William M. Taylor, the Superintendent of Police, for violation of Mass General Law, Chapter 138, Section 34, for the illegal retail sale of alcohol beverages to a person under the age of 21 years on September the 11th, 2015. This was in conjunction with the Lowell Police compliance check.
Just state your name for the record, please.
My name is Sunak Tao.
You are the manager of record, sir?
Yes.
All right. Would you like the complaint read into the record?
Sure.
You would. Captain Webb, please.
Mr. Chairman, on September 11th of this year, detectives assigned to the Special Investigations Section under the command of Sergeant Noon were conducting compliance checks of licensed establishments in the city. Excuse me. The detectives were assisted by a 20-year-old male in these compliance checks. At 6:55 p.m., the 20-year-old entered the Lowell Package Store at 305 Westford Street and purchased a six-pack of Bud Light beer from a male clerk without being asked for identification. Sergeant Noon and Detective Bird entered the store and identified the clerk as Sino Tell, the son of the owner. Sergeant Noon is here this evening if you'd like to hear from him.
Thank you. Mr. Patel, do you disagree, agree with Captain Webb's, the complaint read?
Agree.
You agree? Okay. Sergeant New? Concerning the complaint, have you had any other interaction with this package store? I don't see any priors at
No,
all.
we've had no problems with this place. It's usually pretty well-run.
Above ground, pretty much good? Yep. Who was there a clerk on it that night, or? There was a clerk on that night, or was it Mr. Patel?
Yeah, it was just a gentleman right here, Sino.
Mr. Chun, okay. Thank you, Sergeant, appreciate
Thank
it. Mr. Chun, how long you been working over there?
I've been there since I was 18.
Since you were 18, how old are you now?
I'm 30.
You're 30? You've been working there for 12 years?
Yeah, and I also have a full-time job during the day.
What happened that night?
I just came back from work and from my other job, and I went in around 5:30, and I was working, and it got really busy. I was there by myself, and somehow I missed the compliance check. I usually check ID all the time. I'm on top of it.
Okay. Have you had any formal training and tips at all?
Yes, I went to meetings that like when they have like ID check and stuff like that a while back, like about 5 years ago.
5 days ago?
5 years ago, I think.
5 years ago,
I
I'm
think
sorry.
they had it at Cross Point. I think it was quite a while back.
All right. Mr. Patel, you willing to give Mr. Chun another chance, or?
So yeah,
You can translate for me, Mr.
Yes.
Chun, if you like. You can translate if you like.
you could still gonna let me work there, right? Yeah, so you still want me to work there, not so yes or no?
Yes, I still want him to work there.
Okay. As Sergeant Noon has pointed out, there hasn't been any priors there. Once again, this is a wake-up call. Any other further comments from the commissioners before.
Make a motion, we put this on file?
Motion by Commissioner McCarthy to place on file, seconded by Commissioner McGovern. All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Mr. John, you've been there 12 years. You've been doing a good job. You made a mistake. You get one bite out of the apple, okay?
Sorry about that. Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good
All
night.
right, you have a good night.
Commission will now proceed with the hearing for the number 7. Commission will now proceed with the hearing for Sean Ganem, doing business as 7-Eleven store, the malt beverage and wine only package store licensee at 55 Chelmsford Street, on the allegation of misconduct as charged by William M. Taylor, the superintendent of police, for violation of Mass General Law, Chapter 138, Section 34, for the illegal retail sale of alcohol beverages to a person under the age of 21 years on September 11, 2015, this in compliance with the conjunction with the Lowell Police compliance check.
Good evening. State your name for the record.
Sean Ganem.
Hi, Sean. How are you tonight?
Good. Yourself?
And to your left?
Paula.
Okay. Thank you. Would you like to waive the reading into the record, Mr. Gannon?
Yes, please.
You would? Okay. Agree, disagree with the complaint?
She made a mistake. She's been with me for a few years. She's a hard worker. I usually have a policy of terminating employment if something like this happened, but she's a hard worker. She's a single mother, and I decided to just give her another chance. She asked she IDs everybody, even somebody that looks over 30, but it was just a split-second mistake, so.
Can you tell us what happened that night?
It never should have happened. I'm very sorry about it. I was training a new girl. I was distracted. To be honest with you, it was a complete oversight. It really was. I have an 18-year-old at home. Even if he walked in to a liquor store and somebody sent him out with a 12-pack, I'd be very angry about that, you know? So it's nothing I would ever do intentionally. I was distracted, and that's all there is to it. I wasn't paying attention. I typically always ID everybody.
How long you been working there?
Couple years.
Couple of years?
Yeah.
Yep.
Have you ever gone through a tips training course or?
No.
I'm sorry, did she say yes or no?
No.
Why hasn't she done that? Mr. Gannon, why hasn't she been trained in tips?
Excuse me?
Why hasn't she had any formal training?
Oh, she has training, and yeah, everybody that we hire, I mean, we train that, you know, the laws that the person has to be 21, and then there's...
She doesn't seem to recall that training.
It's a normal training. I mean, like, it's not, there's no booklet or anything about it. But there's a pop-up screen on the register that says, it's a warning screen that says at the date, you know, today's date, 21 years ago, is the person has to be born on or before that date, right on the screen. But for some reason, just she clicked OK. You know, she put OK on the screen.
You've been, I'm sorry, Commissioner McGovern, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I have a question. So there was a warning on what screen?
On the register, there's when you scan a beer, there's a
Oh, okay,
pop-up screen
okay.
that
All right.
it says warning on it, and it's just.
But just to clarify, because you asked about tip certification. Yeah, I've had the training that he's talking about, but I'm not tip certified.
Okay.
Mr. Gannon, if I was the owner of this establishment, and I've been in front of this board 3 times, once October 7th, 2010, 5 years ago, that matter was placed on file. And 3 years, October 18th, 2012, this commission handed down a 2-day suspension, which was held in abeyance. And now you're in front of this board again. That's 3 times in 5 years. That's concerning to me.
It's very concerning, and the previous employment, I mean, even with training and everything, I had to terminate that employment for those 2 previous people. And I mean, we train and we talk about it all the time. Other than training, just ID everybody. There's another a document right there next to the register that ID anybody that looks under 30, and a screen, I mean, there's a pop-up screen that asks, it's a warning sign. So we'll keep training. I mean, we keep, telling our employees to ask for IDs.
I think I said this in the prior meeting. I'm a huge baseball fan, and this is 3 strikes. And I know Commissioner McCarthy and Commissioner McGovern pride ourselves as a commission to be quite consistent in handing down punishment in these kind of instances. I'll defer to either commissioner if they have any further questions. If not, I'll have a motion on the floor.
I have none.
Without hearing that, all right. I'd make a motion that we have a 2-day suspension. One of those days be held in abeyance for 1 year, 1 day being served.
Second.
Second by Commissioner McGovern. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Secretary Wynn? Let's set the 1-day suspension from 2 weeks from today, Thursday.
What is
Mr.
that
Ga-
date? November, what is that date? That's
November 5th.
5th? Okay.
All right. Mr. Gannon? Maybe because I've had a rough day, I don't know why, but we're seeing too many of these come in front of these board. And I will tell you that if another violation of this sort comes in front of this board and I'm the chairperson, I'll be making a motion to revoke your license.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
We understand each other?
Sure. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, and have a good night.
Thank you. Okay.
November 5th?
November 5th.
Commissioner will now proceed with number 8, the hearing for Amal Fuel, Inc., doing business as Drum Hill Golf. Richard Alcori, the manager, the malt beverage and wine only package store licensee at 1299 Westford Street, on the allegation of misconduct as charged by William M. Taylor, the superintendent of police, for violation of Mass General Law, Chapter 138, Section 34, for the illegal retail sale of alcohol beverages to a person under the age of 21 years on September the 11th, 2015, in compliance or in conjunction with the Lowell Police Compliance Check.
Good evening. State your name for the record.
Hi, my name is Haitham Crushed. I'm operations manager representing Mr. Alkuri.
Are you the manager of record, sir?
No, I'm the operations manager. The manager of the establishment has been fired.
Was he fired due to this violation?
She was fired, yeah.
She?
Yeah.
I'm confused. Who is Richard Alcori?
Richard Alkuri is the owner.
He's the owner and is the manager of record.
Of the premises, or?
Yeah. He's the manager of this license.
Yeah, he's the owner, yeah. It's under his name.
Why isn't he here?
He's out of state.
That's disappointing. I'd make a motion. I'm sorry, Commissioner McGovern?
I would prefer to,
See him?
yeah.
All right. Commissioner McGovern make a motion to postpone this for our next meeting on November 5th, this complaint.
Seconded.
Seconded by Commissioner McCarthy. All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. There'll be another notice sent to Mr. Alcori. I would encourage him to be here in 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Commission will now proceed with the number 9, hearing for L&M Liquors, Inc., Leonia Mendonca, the manager, the all-alcoholic beverage package store licensee at 424 Chelmsford Street, on the allegation of misconduct as charged by William M. Taylor, superintendent of police, for violation of Mass General Law, Chapter 138, Section 34, for the illegal retail sale of alcohol beverages to a person under the age of 21 years on September the 19th. This in conjunction with the Lowell Police Compliance Check.
Good evening. State your name for the record, please.
Leonia Mendoza.
Mendoza, how are you tonight?
I've been better.
Okay, all right. Would you like to waive the reading of the complaint into the record?
Yes.
Okay. Do you dispute anything that was read at the complaint stated?
Yes.
You do, or you
No.
don't? You don't, okay.
I'm sorry, I'm nervous.
Captain Webb, have anything to offer here?
No, Mr. Chairman, Detective Lavoy is here if you'd like to hear from him.
Detective, come on up.
Good evening.
Good evening. State your name for the record, sir.
My name is David Lavoy.
Can you tell us what happened that evening, please?
Yes, we sent in underage operative to the L&M liquor store. That person went in, then came out with a six-pack of Heineken, handed to us, gave the description of the person who made the sale, and myself and my fellow detective went in there and approached the clerks there and informed them of exactly what happened and who it was. I will say the store clerk who did it was a Mr. Kuna, and his attitude was less than cooperative with myself when I went in there. I was actually shocked at how he was acting towards me.
Can you expound upon that?
Yes, he was busy stocking shelves, which makes me think he's not the actual clerk ongoing all times, but I believe it did get busy, so he would assist. But upon walking in, I was very cordial with him, explained exactly what was going on. He couldn't stop walking around me and doing his work. And I recognized him. I know who he is. Spoke with him. He didn't even bother to have his license on him. I knew who he was, though, so that's why I was able to have his ID. He just kind of disregarded my presence there, and he couldn't have been bothered.
Ms. Mendonça, the times that you've been in front of this board, has Mr. Kuna been one of the clerks on any previous violation?
No.
He has not. You can understand that this board's concern
Yes.
on the number of times that you've been in front of this board.
No, he's very good. He asks his fellow license all the time. He's very quiet.
I'm not
We never
talking
had a
about, I'm
problem
not
with
talking
him.
about him. I'm talking about your establishment and how many times that you've been in front of this license commission.
I understand.
And I believe the last time you were here was in June. And I believe we were quite adamant in voicing our concerns to you that night. And if I remember correctly, saying that would never happen again.
Can I ask what measures you put in place to address our concerns the last time that you were here in June? Since between
We go
then
on
and
and, we go on and beyond. We put signs, we ask license, we send them to classes, we always reminding them to ask for IDs. We have signs right on the registers. We go on and beyond. We really care, and we're very sorry that this happened again, but it's not because we not on top of things.
You know, it's difficult, Ms. Mendonça, is that you and your family are highly respected in that community. And you are now fifth time in front of this board in 3 years. I'll defer to my fellow commissioners at this time. Commissioner McGovern?
I would suggest 2 days served. We have 5 in abeyance.
You have 5 in abeyance right now.
So serve 2 of those. And
Do you have any further days in abeyance?
I would add another day in abeyance.
Is it
So
5
2 to
days?
serve and then,
All right, so her motion, do I have a second on that, by the way?
Have the motion again, Mr. Chairman?
The motion is a 3-day suspension 2 days being served, 1 held in abeyance, which would leave 4 days in abeyance to June 11th of 2016.
I'll second that.
Seconded by Commissioner McCarthy. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ms. Mendonça, Commissioner McGovern's motion, it's a slap on the wrist. I would make a motion that those 2 days be served on a Wednesday and a Thursday, make it 3 weeks from yesterday.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Commissioner McGovern. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Commissioner McCarthy, you have anything further?
I just think you need to talk to your clerks and have them have some respect for the police when they come in.
I will.
You know, I think that's necessary. The attitude is like nobody really cares here. That's what the attitude is. When you
I
read-
care.
Well,
If
when
they
you
don't care, I care.
But when we read all these complaints here,
I never saw him being any disrespectful to anyone in there, so if he did, I apologize.
We
On his
respect
behalf?
that.
We respect that.
But you are now here 5
And I
times in
will-
3 years.
And I will talk to him.
And I'll be straightforward with you, just like I was with the last client, the last person who was here for the complaint. Because I'm really tired of sitting here listening to these complaints when all the clerk has to do is check an ID. So I will be consistent. I will tell you, if I'm chairperson and you violate this one, I'm going to make a motion to revoke your license. Plain and simple. So if you have to work 24 hours a day to make sure that happens, Ms. Mendonça, then so be it. But obviously, the clerks that have worked for you in the past don't have that don't care about your business.
All I care about my business.
Then I truly say, I really don't want to see you here anymore.
Believe me, I don't want to
I
be
know,
here.
I know. But please, respect the decision of this board,
I do,
okay?
yes.
Thank you very much. You have a good evening.
thank you.
You too.
Mr. Chairman, just so I understand the decision of the License Commission, so there's no misunderstanding on my part, if I may.
Yep.
Looking at the 5-day suspension that had been held in abeyance
Yeah.
at the meeting of June the 11th,
Yep.
3 days, 2 days, let me start again, please.
Commissioner McGovern has added 1 more day of abeyance, so that's 6. 2 of those are being served, okay? All of them will be held in abeyance that extra day, June 11th of 2016. So right now, we're going to have 2 days will be served, which will be served on the 18th, the 11th and the 12th.
Okay, so taking the 5 days in suspension, it will now be it will be 6-day suspension, 4 to be held in abeyance
Correct.
till June 11th, 2016.
You got it. That was easy.
Yeah.
Good job. You're all set, Mrs. Mendonça. Yep. Thank you.
Proceeding with the hearing scheduled for Mill City Ballroom, doing business as Mill City Ballroom. Joel Asadorian, manager, the all-alcoholic beverage restaurant licensee at 74 Merrimack Street, on the allegation of misconduct as charged by William M. Taylor, the superintendent of police, for violations of law and regulations which took place on the licensed premises at 74 Merrimack Street on July 24th, 25th, 2015. Violations alleged: delivering free drinks to any person in violation of CMR 204 CMR 4.03, paragraph 1, section A, delivering alcohol beverages to an intoxicated person in violation of Mass General Law, Chapter 138, Section 69, failure to notify the Lowell Police Department of a violation of law, disorder, or disturbance in violation of Section 1.20 of the regulations of the Lowell License Commission, and last, violation of Mass Regulation 204 CMR 2.05, paragraph 2. No licensee for the sale of alcohol beverages shall permit any disorder, disturbance, or illegality of any kind to take place in or on the licensed premises. The licensee shall be responsible therefore, whether present or not. In addition to the above described violations, illegalities which took place on the licensed premises included assault and battery on a family or household member, willful and malicious destruction of property over $250, and threatening to commit a crime involving serious bodily injury.
Good evening, gentlemen. State your name for the record, please.
Joel Asadorian.
Daniel Lucas.
Good evening, gentlemen. Mr. Asadorian, you have 4 violations. Would you waive the reading, or would you like them read into the record?
Can waive the reading.
Thank you very much. If I could just put you gentlemen in standby for 1 second.
I do have several affidavits that I can present to the board, and copies for which, if you'd like to have those
That'd be
for your
good.
review.
Thank you. Detective Mercier's here. Is it Detective? Can you come to the lectern, please?
Thank you, sir.
Are they all separate, different affidavits?
Yes.
Okay, so there are multiple copies of the same.
Okay, so you have a set of one of each in each set.
There's an original in each one of those. Each paper clipped one, and then there's a copy for each one as well. All of them. Each one has 5 of each affidavit.
Oh, is in each of them? All right. So I got the Daniel Lucas. I got this one. It's like charades here. That one. Attorney Veloso, you have the 3 copies?
Yes, I'm passing them up. If I could collect the originals, I'll keep them for the file.
I'm sorry, Detective Mercier, I apologize. Could you just state your name for the record, please?
Cheryl Marcia.
I did read your narrative, Detective. Can you just give me a brief summary for the board to hear?
Okay, basically, I follow up on domestic violence, so I called Carrie Miller to speak with her concerning the incident that happened at the Mill City Ballroom. At a conversation, she reiterated again what she had told the officer at the main desk earlier, and then she said she had been overserved, and I asked her how she knew she was overserved, and she stated to me that I'm a bartender and I know when I'm being overserved. And then she said, the only thing I remember that night is I passed out, and next thing I know, I'm waking up to Mr. Lucas yelling at her. And then she also spoke about after parties that are being conducted there that she has attended with Mr. Asadorian being there, Mr. Lucas, drugs being present, and patrons that are allowed to stay there. They have them on the 3rd floor so that nobody can see in, because it's on the 3rd floor and it's so high up, so you really can't see what's going on.
Thank you. Is Miss Miller here? Captain Webb?
I don't know if she's here or not. She's been very elusive in our efforts to locate her over the past couple of months.
All right,
Officer Bouvier is here, if you'd like to hear from him.
thank you. Can you just give this board a few minutes to read these affidavits? Thank you. Attorney Veloso, I'm going to, once I read this, I'll ask you for your response. Officer Bouvier.
Mr. Chairman.
Captain Webb, go right ahead.
Excuse me. I'd just like to inform the commission that there are criminal charges pending in this case that are before the district court.
Thank you, sir. Can you tell me what charges are being brought forward?
I believe the charges specified in the last section of the complaint regarding assault and battery on a family or household member, willful and malicious destruction of property, and threatening to commit a crime.
Thank you. I apologize, Officer Bouvier, that you haven't read these affidavits, but it pretty much says that Ms. Miller was not served. Obviously, you being there, do you feel that Ms. Miller was intoxicated?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, without a
Absolutely.
shadow of a doubt.
Excuse me, sir?
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Without a shadow of a doubt, I could still smell it on her breath.
How long you been an officer in the police department, sir?
I've been an officer in Lowell for about 1.5 years now. I was a previous officer for 7 years in Reading.
Thank you. The phone in question. Mr. Lucas claims in his affidavit that Ms. Miller threw it against the wall. I guess it's not a fair question, but maybe you might want to tackle it. Do you feel that happened, or do you feel as if something else happened to that phone?
Honestly, I can't comment on that. She stated to me that she had been asleep on a couch upstairs. She woke up to him screaming at her. He was going through her phone. Apparently, they had an argument over her texting other men, and she stated at that point he took the phone, broke it, and then assaulted her.
Also, in the narrative that you wrote, saying that Mr. Lucas struck Miss Miller in the abdomen and the ribs. I know she did not ask for, but I know she was asked if she needed any medical assistance, but she refused. Did any chance she show you her midsection at all to see any bruises at all, officer?
We did have a female officer on at the time.
Yep.
Typically, what we do in that situation is we'll have the female officer come in and speak with the victim. As a male officer, I don't feel comfortable, taking a look at.
Sure. Understood.
Obviously, I believe that officer was on a call at the time, so she wasn't present. So I did not look at the area that she had stated to me where she was hit. She did point out where she was hit and pointed to me, but I didn't happen to look at the actual skin.
Did you sense that she was in any type of pain?
I don't know if she was in any pain at the time. It was hard to tell. She was very emotional because of the incident, maybe because of the alcohol she had consumed as well. She was crying on scene, like I said, extremely emotional.
But once again, in your professional opinion, there was no doubt in your mind that this young lady was intoxicated?
Maybe not at the time when she came into the police department, but she definitely had consumed alcohol. I could smell it on her breath.
I'll give the commissioners time to speak, but Attorney Veloso, do you have anything to add here?
I would only note that these affidavits have been submitted, as indicated, under pains and penalties of perjury and under oath.
Yeah.
And there are pending criminal proceedings in Lowell District Court. This board is a quasi-judicial entity, so these statements have been submitted and have been submitted to a public entity. Therefore, these are public records. To the extent that the criminal trial reveals that any statement here is actually false, a charge of perjury will be added, and I'd say it should be added, and it would also reflect poorly both in the criminal proceedings and in their appearance before the License Commission. So there's that as well to be factored into these statements. Again, the License Commission, when it reviews all evidence and testimony that is submitted to it, can make their own determination as to how credible they view whatever testimony and statements that are submitted. Again, I would submit that these are affidavits, and they do state that they are submitted under oath under pain and penalties of perjury. I would also submit that because there are pending criminal matters ongoing, these documents are and will be made available to the district attorney's office should they choose. If, in the proceedings, it is determined that any of the statements made here are in fact false, it would reflect poorly on both the witnesses and as well as in the criminal proceedings.
I mean, I feel like judge and jury here because I'm looking at two totally different stories from both sides, obviously. Is it your legal opinion that this board should wait until such trial and verdict is, or?
I would say that the License Commission can proceed on its own.
Okay.
Again, it is a quasi-judicial entity. It's separate and distinct from the courts and has the authority to act on its own. Additionally, my understanding is that the district attorney's office has been informed that this proceeding is going, and they indicated that it can proceed separate and distinct from the criminal proceeding.
Do we have a trial date yet?
I don't know on that point.
I believe it's within the next week.
Next week?
The trial date's next week.
Next week.
Yes.
Commissioner McCarthy, Commissioner McGovern, do you have any other questions, comments here? Because I'm taking Officer Bouvier's into account that, I mean, he's 100% sure that Miss Miller was intoxicated. That means he was drinking at that bar that night.
Did anybody at the establishment notify the police department?
No, nobody knew there was even a problem other than that she was upset. She didn't make any mention to it. The only mention that was made to us that she had left angry. I'd like to also mention that there's a huge gap in time as well between the 1:45, I have two different accounts here, somewhere between 1:30 and 1:50 that she left, and the time that she ended up at the police station almost 3 hours later. I'd also like to make mention that Miss Miller was Danny's girlfriend. She did show up regularly to help. In general, not in the sense of as an employee, but just as his girlfriend to help. And she did have access to alcohol, storage areas, miscellaneous spots like that, that she wouldn't have had to have been served to actually go and get her own alcohol.
So you're telling me that she was in the office on the couch with booze in that office, and you think she was drinking in that office?
I have no knowledge of any of this. In fact, I didn't know about this until our last meeting. I think if we all recall, I was quite surprised as to what I was here for that. None of us had really any knowledge of it.
Mr. Lucas.
Or there was a problem.
Yes, sir.
It was stated by Miss Miller that you had a conversation and for her to come into work and maybe bartend to give her a few bucks. Is that true or not true?
Well, we did have a conversation, and I told her that if we needed some help, she could come in and help out as she did in the past.
What does if you needed help mean? Does that mean that
If there
come
was
on
like
in?
a
or-
shot girl, if they just, I host the events, and sometimes, if I'm talking, networking with somebody, she could come in and, take down somebody's phone number or something of that such of an artist or anything like that, just to help me out.
What time did you have that conversation with her?
Probably about 9:30.
Do you usually have employees call in, so they're not going to show up after 9:30?
Well, she's really not an employee. It was do we have employees?
Other employees, because you just mentioned that if I needed the help, but if it's at 9:30, wouldn't the employee have already called in sick?
Well, it was Folk Fest weekend, and so if we were really, really busy,
Yep.
we usually get busy like around maybe 12 o'clock, 11:30. That's the time that we usually get busy. So if we would have been busy, I would have had her on helping me out. Nobody had called in to say that they weren't coming in. I just, if it was really, really, really busy on Folk Fest weekend, I would have had her help out.
So how did Miss Miller end up in your office on the couch?
Well, everything was fine as far as I knew, and then she had come up to me, and evidently she said they wouldn't serve her at the bar. So I was like, you know what, calm down. You're angry. I can tell you're angry. Just go down and chill out on the second floor. So she went down, chilled out on the second floor. I went down there probably, I want to say like 45 minutes later to check on her. She was sleeping. And I, like an idiot, picked her phone up, looked through her phone, and I put her phone back on her chest, and she woke up at the same exact time. And we started arguing with each other. I had saw the text messages that she had sent to the guys and stuff like that, and I was like, I can't believe you. We exchanged some X toys, and I said, you know what, that's it, we're done. That's it, I can't take this. I just want this to be over. And she was like, you just don't want to be with me because all you care about is this place. That's it. That's all you care about. I said, Carrie, I don't want to be with you because of what I saw on your phone. And she said, what'd you see on my phone? And I said, I'll show you. And at that point, she had smashed her phone so that I couldn't see it. And I said, you know what, that's it. We're done. Beat it. Excuse my language, I'm just being, exactly what I said. She walked out, and that was the end. That was the end of what I had heard from her.
So you had a conversation at 9:30, and you both agreed for her to come in if you needed help. She gets to the Mill City Ballroom. You make a decision that you don't need her to help. She sits at the bar. I mean, do you plan on using her at all, or is she just going to sit there all night?
No, we were just gonna. At that point, it just wasn't busy enough for us to use her. So I mean, we were kind of.
So she asked for a ride home, and
you know what? No, we were hanging out. Like back and forth. Like just I hadn't seen her for a while. I run around and I talk to everybody when I'm down there. So we were just. I knew she was there.
What time did she get there? What time did she get there?
I think she got there probably about, I want to say like maybe 11:30.
All right. So from 11:30 to 1:30, she didn't consume any alcohol?
You know what? I didn't see her consume any alcohol. I mean, I just didn't see her consume any alcohol. I just didn't see it. We were all over the place. She was mad because she said she got shut off at the bar. And that's the last that I had spoke to her. She was
did she
not
have
happy.
any?
Huh?
She stated that she had no money, and you knew that.
No, we didn't even have a conversation like that. I didn't even know where that came from. She had no money.
I'm confused on why you would have her come in and not even have her do some type of hosting or anything like that, and she's just sitting around doing nothing for a couple hours.
Well, we were supposed to be reconciling that night.
Yeah, but you were working.
I was actually off duty that night.
So you're with her then?
I'm sorry?
So you two were chumming around for those 2 hours?
I was doing my thing and she was doing her thing.
What does that mean?
I mean, I was just kind of just walking around talking to people and she knows everybody there.
But you're not working, but you were reconciling, so I would think that you would be with her.
Well,
right?
yeah, but I mean, it just wasn't. There was people there at that point. She had ran into some people that she knew. It wasn't really that long of a period of time. By the time that she got there until the time that she went down to when she came up to me and said, they're not letting me drink. So.
Obviously, you weren't working, so you were drinking as well?
Yes.
Okay. Commissioner McCarthy, Commissioner McGovern?
Mr. Astorian, were you there that night?
Yeah, I was there.
For the whole night?
Yes, I was there for the whole night.
You recall any of this going on?
I don't recall any. I did see Carrie when she came at some point, when she was already there. She did approach me. We had a general conversation about stuff. She had felt that I was unhappy with her. I told her I wasn't. I was displeased with some, she had put some holes, and I'm not exactly sure how she did it, but she had gotten some holes in an apartment that her and Danny had rented for me. She apologized for it, said she was going to fix those. I told her, that's fine, you got to fix it. If you don't fix it, I need to rent it. I'll have somebody fix it and give you the bill. She was unhappy with that, very unhappy with that. Me and Carrie's relationship's been mixed over time, and we know her as, Danny's girlfriend. Oh, it's just always been that way. They've been together for years.
Did you know about her going up to the office?
No.
You did not know
No,
that?
and I didn't see her in the office, and I didn't see her leave, I didn't see any of that. I'm literally, once I found out about this, went around to get all the accounts from everybody and anybody who had any idea what had gone on. You know, I got all the affidavits, I have a couple witnesses here. You know, my sister comes and helps me similar like, you know, like Kerry or a girlfriend would come help, you know? She's there for the sole purpose to make sure that nobody gets free drinks and nobody steals.
But she
from the
wasn't
bar.
utilized, she wasn't utilized that night. That's what's confusing to me. She comes in and for 2 hours, she just sits there, doesn't drink, and decides to take a nap on the couch.
She was hanging out with everybody. She was just hanging out with everybody that was there.
Not drinking.
I mean, we've always been
Oh, wait, hold on.
instructed-
He didn't answer the question.
You know, I didn't see Carrie drinking that night.
You did.
I smelled alcohol in her breath, but I didn't see her drinking.
All right, we're getting somewhere here.
I just didn't see her
We,
consuming.
can I just, I'm going to ask Attorney Veloso, didn't some of these affidavits say that she wasn't drinking? They didn't serve her?
Yes, some of these affidavits do say it.
All right, now you just said that she was drinking. All right, so now I have a problem.
She could have been drinking before she came.
You just said that she was drinking.
No, I smelled the alcohol in her breath. I didn't see her drinking. I personally did not see her drinking. She could have been drinking before she even came.
Danny's instructed us in the past to not serve her unless we're told that we could. It's their thing
She gets crazy.
that they have.
When she's drinking.
I mean, I don't want to say anything bad about anybody, and I'm not here to do that at all. But we've always been instructed to not serve her unless, literally, we're told that she can have a drink.
Sounds to me like you shouldn't have even invited her that night.
No.
I wish she wasn't there that night, obviously, in this situation.
What do you say to Detective Mercier that Miss Miller said that there was some after-dinner, third floor, after some drinking and some drug use?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
We do not do that there at all. I know there's speculation because it is on the third floor, and we've heard it several times from police. They've wanted to come in. They have checked us before, and now I realize it's pretty much a lot of that started happening right after this incident, and they would come up in a general manner. We want to come up, okay? They come at the end of the night. They want to make sure it's all cleared out. They're extremely strict, even with, DJs that are trying to, break down their equipment or do things like that take some time sometimes. They're very, they're on top of it. They're definitely concerned about it. We're just not doing that.
Just have a question. Good. You made a comment a little bit ago about the fact that she was a bartender, she was the girlfriend, and that there was potential access to the alcohol. Are you in the regular habit of allowing people that are not on your regular staff to have access to your alcohol?
I don't believe that Kerry ever bartended,
Okay,
actually,
I
at our
wanted
place.
to
And
clarify
I just
that.
want to be clear that I didn't make that statement. She did come and help. I know that she landed as a hostess once, and I know that she was at a beer tub once, or more than once, and that she did coat check as well a few times. But I just want to be clear that that's the case. As Danny's girlfriend, she was there during the day, and a lot of situations where she was asked to help, clean, get things, she had access to the entire establishment. It just, as a general courtesy,
I'm sorry, Commissioner McCarthy?
There's a lot going on here. An awful lot going on in that. I'm kind of disappointed in your establishment. A number of times you've been in front of the board for problems over there. You need to address them, sir. You need to really if that's your business, you ought to take care of it. You have 6 days or so, maybe more, in abeyance that we could close you down. And I'm telling you, it's coming close to that, because we haven't got everything that we really want on this situation we're discussing tonight. I'd probably make a motion that we would put this on file and review it next week or after the court proceedings.
If I may, Commissioner McCarthy, I would humbly suggest that you at least have two violations here. I mean, if we accept their account at face value that Ms. Miller did engage in an outburst and was disruptive in the establishment, well, that in and itself is a violation of 204 CMR 2.05, Section 2, where no licensee shall permit any disorder or disturbance on the premises. And additionally, if this incident took place, they failed to notify the police department that a disorder or disturbance took place on the premises within 48 hours as required by our rules and regulations. So at minimum, there are two violations here that are present if we accept their own account as true.
That's where I think I have a problem, Attorney Veloso, is that this happened all in the office. It didn't happen in the opening. It's kind of like a he said, she said story here. And I'm trying to pinpoint it, and I'm not getting a clear picture here. I do understand what you're saying, but I have to take what Mr. Azzadori and Mr. Lucas are saying. If Mr. Lucas said this happened in the office, Ms. Miller says this happened in the office, well, it happened in the office. Did it happen in the club itself? I mean, does that really fall under that violation?
I would argue that the office includes the premises, that we've had situations in the past where
But we don't know if it
illegality-
really happened or not. That's the problem I have here. I understand they're not off to a great start here, and I'm the first one to be on these guys, believe me. But I want to be fair and consistent here. We have two stories that are so...
Mr. Chairman, can I just ask,
Sure.
where is the office and what floor?
Second floor.
Second floor.
The second floor is not is theoretically the licensed premises of Finn's Pub.
Oh, jeez.
It's not, the Mill City Ballroom is solely licensed for the third floor only. Finn's Pub, under the license Hayhurst Group, Inc., holds the license for first floor Finn's, as well as the second floor, though the second floor has never been approved by the Division of Planning and, no, by the Developmental Services. The commissioner, building commissioner, has never approved the second floor for use by Finn's Pub for the public. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Captain.
I mean,
Hold on, Captain Webb.
sorry.
I don't know whether this discussion of the office came up as the scene of the incident. Every indication I have from the police officers involved was that Ms. Miller didn't specify that it happened in any office, and I know for a fact that there are couches in the bar area in the licensed premises on the third floor. So
Can Officer Bouvier or Detective Mercier clarify that for us? Either one of you?
I'm not sure what you're trying to ask. Is there couches in the office or in the?
And they are, did Miss Miller tell you that this occurred not in the office or in the office, I guess?
I would have to check my report. Off the top of my head, I don't know. She just said that she had been laying, what I remember is she was laying on a couch and woke up. I would have to check my report to make sure if she had specified the office or not.
I would hope if somebody was sleeping in the establishment in the wide open, they would have kicked her out. Detective Mercier, do you have anything to say about that?
The only thing I remember, she stated she had fallen asleep on a couch, whether it was in an office or on the outside where the bar is. I'm really not positive.
How many couches are in the establishment other than the office?
They're all right in other than the office, there's 10.
10.
But completely in the wide open, it's general public, it's 100% general public.
Mr. Lucas, did the
It
incident
would have
occur
been
in
a
the
scene.
office?
Everybody would have known if this would have been a massive scene.
This argument, this mini argument, or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah, it happened on the second floor office. I actually think that is stated in the police report. I just actually saw the police report. Carrie and I are back together. I just saw this police report. Well, after I saw the police report,
how do they have an office that Finn's Pub? How does that work out?
Licensees are prone to change their process, change the way in which they manage their space, the premises, without notifying the licensing authority or the city officials to do the actual on-premise inspections. But I know that the license that has been granted to Hayhurst Group, Inc., doing business as Finn's Pub, has as its premises the first floor, which has a certificate of inspection issued by the Division of by Developmental Services. The building commissioner signed off by the fire chief. The second floor had not been approved by the building commissioner or by the fire chief as of this time last year, so for 2015. Now, if that has changed, it has not been brought to the attention of the License Commission Office, certainly not to the board itself. Now, how they're running the second floor is
excuse me,
not under the license by Mill City Ballroom. I can assure you of that, Mr. Chairman. If they think they're running it as part of the Mill City Ballroom, then you've got a big illegality going on there.
Attorney Veloso, help me. Help me help you. What Secretary Wynn just said, I mean, are we
Where is your establishment now? What floor are you on now?
Third floor. The third floor.
Everything's on the third floor?
Well, we have space for storage as well, and we have access to the elevator as well, and we also have we have quite a bit of space down in the basement as well, storage, such like that. The room that we're talking about is where the internet hubs, all of that stuff goes into that room right there. That's why we have access to that room. There's the entire second floor isn't built out at all. There's no heat in that room whatsoever. There's a desk and a computer there where the downstairs POS system, main computer hub, runs on. And that's it. There's no bar on the second floor. There's no carpet on the second floor. There's nothing. It's not built out. It's basically being used as storage, and that general hub system is right in there. It's generally being used as a storage area.
I want to make
We have
sure.
our main office
I want to
on
make
the
sure I'm
third
not
floor.
putting my foot in my mouth here, Attorney Veloso. What's your take on this? Especially what Secretary Wynn just said. I mean, are we going down the wrong path here, or what?
I would suggest that it is, as Secretary Wynn suggested, a potential huge illegality. However, it is not a matter that can be before the License Commission at this time. I would suggest that it may be an issue that may be open to further investigation, potentially with the building code and fire code at issue. If the second floor is not part of the licensed premises, then it can't be used in operation with the business on the third floor. That can be open to further investigation. However, I would suggest that that issue, which has been just brought up at this time, can't be addressed for this disciplinary matter. However, as they stated, if they are using this room, and as Secretary Wynn has suggested, they're not authorized to use this room because it's not part of the licensed premises, then this is a potentially major illegality that will have to be looked at.
I'm looking at these 4 violations. And the only one that I think that this board can really rule on would be the first one at this point, which is delivering free drinks to any person.
Number 3.
I'm taking Officer Bouvier's testimony into account here, and he's pretty sure that she was been drinking. But we have affidavits that say she wasn't. But he took a statement further on down a few hours later, and she still smelled like that. So was she drinking at 6 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock, like Mr. Lucas said she might have been before she got there? Or at 9 o'clock? I don't know if you'd smell that on her breath at that time. I think she was drinking. I absolutely do. But I'm tiptoeing through the tulips with these other violations. But unless any other commissioners have any further questions or comments on any other violations, I would make a motion that we'd make a motion on the first violation. But I am open to suggestions.
Well, I agree with you, Mr. Chairman, that number one is definitely an offense, and obviously the individual was under the influence of alcohol. But as far as the other remaining violations, I think this happened in a private office.
Commissioner McGovern?
I'm all set.
Mr. Asadori, Mr. Lucas, would you like to say something final?
I'd just like to say that there's also a huge gap in time between the time she was last seen at our place and the time that she landed at the police department. There's almost a 3-hour gap in time before then. That anything, there's a 3-hour gap in time.
How many days suspension do we have right now, Secretary Wynn?
Well, at the present time, he has been suspended, his license has been suspended, for 3 days. 2 days, Mill City Ballroom is to serve on November the 5th and November the 6th, which is subject to appeal. Notice of decision has not been delivered to Mill City Ballroom, Mr. Asadorian, manager of record, at this present time. But there's a 3-day suspension, 2 to be served, 1 day held in abeyance on a decision of an incident of September the 13th. There is also a 2-day suspension held in abeyance from the decision of an incident of August the 15th. So
we have 3 days held in abeyance as of now.
Presently, he would have 3 days in abeyance.
2 days going to be served.
2 days are already scheduled for him for the business
Plus
to serve.
3 days held in abeyance.
For a decision,
yeah.
2 separate decisions, mind you. if I may.
Understood.
So the thing is, any action of the board tonight on this matter, you'd have to take into consideration both decisions that have been rendered by the board from the October 8th matter, still subject, can be appealed. And I'm sure that the solicitor would have comment on that.
Do you, Attorney Veloso?
I'd say you can certainly take into account, but Secretary Ryan is correct that they are potentially subject to appeal as well, those 2 incidents. However, I would say that the incidents themselves and the board's decision on that can influence you as to, how you view this in the chain, the first violation, second violation, et cetera. So while the penalty can't be used for a subsequent violation, say taking the days held in abeyance and applying it here, you could certainly take into account that this License Commission has deemed those incidents to have occurred and have meted out penalties in those incidences when determining what punishment you feel is appropriate for this new incident.
I understand.
Does that make sense?
No, I get it. I get it. I get it. Personally, I just don't feel comfortable with the other violations. I just think there's too many he said, she said on it, and couches here, couches there. I mean, I don't feel comfortable delving out a punishment on those other ones. However, I do think there was definitely some drinking going on. Especially Mr. Lucas was drinking, and she's just hanging around for 2 hours, and Officer Bouvier's testimony, I think there was some drinking going on, and I absolutely think she didn't pay for it. With that being said, I would make a motion that we'd suspend the license for 3 days, 2 days held in abeyance, 1 being served. That 1 day we served on November 12th, a Thursday. So the 2 days that we don't know if Mr. Azadorian is going to appeal. If not, it'll be on November 5th and November 6th on the first 2-day suspensions, and then the following Thursday, November 12th. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Seconded by Commissioner McCarthy. All in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Motion passes. Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, apologize. I don't want to be here anymore, really. It's hard. I just would like to say may I say one thing to the board?
You may.
We are making every effort at this place to make sure that this goes correctly. I do take this very seriously. Literally have my sister, have security, everyone behind us, really making sure that, we don't get stolen from, number one. Because I consider free drinks going out being stolen. And that we're keeping everyone in a safe environment. I think all this is a pool that we've had that happened in a very tight period of time. And we have really worked hard.
As I've told you in the past, Mr. Azadorian, the eyes of Lowell are upon you.
Very clearly they are. There's
Okay.
no question. I can see it, absolutely. We're being watched, scrutinized all the time. There's no question about it. And we're keeping our ship tight. And I just want to say, it's a scary situation being a bar owner when people come in and you do only have so much control over them. And all we can do is just follow the rules and work as hard as we can to cooperate with you guys, the police department, and that's what we want to do, 100%.
Thank you, gentlemen. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Can I say something as well?
Yep.
Yeah, I just want to say too, I got to take a lot of responsibility for this. Carrie and I we've been together for a long time. It was just a really, really embarrassing, bad situation. The allegations, especially in the newspaper, my family's looking at it. I'm not this type of person. And just like Joel said, we are really keeping a tight ship. Carrie and I have since reconciled, and, it was just a very embarrassing situation. And, I'd just like to apologize before the board.
Thank you very much. Next on the agenda, please.
Number 11, we have communications from William M. Taylor, the Superintendent of Police. There are 3 letters citing allegation of misconduct for violation of Mass General Law, Chapter 138, Section 34, for illegal retail sale of alcohol beverages.
Thank you.
To a person under the age of 21 years. These are in conjunction with Lowell Police compliance checks. 3 licensees have been cited. That's entity known as SAPT LLC, doing business as Lowell Liquors, Sanchin Patel manager, the all-alcoholic package store licensee at 638 Rogers Street. Boomy Liquors, doing business as Pacific Liquors, Ila Bakat manager, all-alcoholic package store licensee at 421 Central Street, and XL Package Store, John Tavalaris manager, all-alcoholic package store licensee at 613 Merrimack Street.
I make a motion that we hear all 3 violations at our next meeting.
Seconded.
Seconded by Commissioner McCarthy. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Can you just make sure that I'm recorded on the vote pertaining to item number 10 as no?
I'm sorry?
I just wanted to make sure that I was recorded
Okay.
on item number 10 on the motion as a no.
Well, you did.
Yep.
I didn't hear that, I'm
I
sorry.
Didn't,
Thank you for telling me.
I just wanted to make sure.
Thank you. Motion by Commissioner McCarthy to adjourn, seconded by Commissioner McGovern. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Everyone have a good evening.